What's going on, guys? We're back here today with another fantasy basketball mock draft. Today we have the 8th pick in a 12-team points league. Before we get into the video, please do leave a like, comment, subscribe, especially if this video helped you out. So Jokic went first, Giannis second, then Luka, Embiid, Tatum, KD, and Curry round out the next. We already built around LeBron, who I think is the next best choice here. So we're going to go with James Harden here. He's in great shape. I think he's in line for a great year next to Embiid, Maxey, and Tobias Harris. There goes Cat, Trae Young, Lillard, LeBron, AD, Ja Morant, Tyrese Halliburton, and LaMelo Ball. Looking at our suggestions, I see D-Book, I see Kyrie, I see Sabonis, who I really like in points leagues this year, as well as categories. Same for Pascal Siakam down here, I really like. I think I'm going to go Sabonis here. I think passing up on D-Book, I'm okay with that just because grabbing a power forward center early on in the draft is really crucial, especially when there's so many guards later on. So we're going to grab Sabonis here, passing up a Kyrie and D-Book. There goes Bradley Beal, Zion, D-Book, Kyrie, Anthony Edwards, Shea, Paul George, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Pascal Siakam, Donovan Mitchell, DeRozan, Rudy Gobert, and Nikola Vucevic. Looking at our suggestions here, DeJounte Murray does make a lot of sense along with De'Aaron Fox. We did already draft Sabonis, so maybe I should stay away from Fox. Cade Cunningham's also a really good option. I think his rookie season went very under the radar, and I think he's in line for a huge year in Detroit. I'm actually going to grab Cade Cunningham. Hopefully maybe grab someone like Ayton or Porzingis on the swing back, or even Jared Allen, just because I do think centers do great in points leagues. So let's grab Cade Cunningham. There goes Kawhi, DeJounte Murray, Brandon Ingram, De'Aaron Fox, Fred VanVleet, Garland, Evan Mobley, and Julius Randle. So a couple players, we could grab Jaylen Brown, Porzingis. Holiday and Zach LaVine are also great picks. However, I think I'm leaning toward DeAndre Ayton. He just signed that extension. I think he's in line for a big year. I think next to Chris Paul, D-Book, you're going to get a lot of shots. And the Suns really underutilized him before. I think now that they paid him, they're really going to utilize him much better. Other options is Porzingis, who's always solid. However, there are injury concerns. Zach LaVine always puts up a good amount of numbers. So does Jrue Holiday and Jaylen Brown. But I think I'm going to go DeAndre Ayton here. Lock in a center early on again. So there goes Russell Westbrook. I think that's way too early for Westbrook, even in points leagues. There goes Porzingis, Jaylen Brown, Chris Paul, Scotty Barnes, Terry Rozier, Jrue Holiday, Jared Allen, CJ McCollum, Zach LaVine, Chris Middleton, Sengun, Christian Wood, and Clint Capella. Looking at our suggestions, Ben Simmons jumps off the board right away to me. The fantasy points, because of his rebounding, his assists, the defense really stands out. Doesn't hit many threes, but he does everything else so well. I guess other than scoring and free throws, but really boosts his fantasy points per game. Jonas is not bad. Desmond Bane, Paolo Banchero could be pretty good. Josh Giddey is another one, just a lot like Ben Simmons. Jalen Brunson, pretty decent as well. But I like Ben Simmons here. I'm going to take him. There goes Tobias, Yusuf Nurkic, Robert Williams, Jacopato Valanciunas, Miles Turner, John Collins, and Colin Sexton. So we have the opportunity to grab Jalen Brunson again right now, as well as Keldon Johnson. I think Keldon Johnson will definitely go. Giddey might make it to us. I doubt it, though. Brunson will probably go early as well. Let's take a look at our roster, though. So we have a good amount of guards and a power forward and a center. So we could use some wing depth in the small forward department. Keldon Johnson really solidifies that for us. Gets 33 fantasy points a game, though. I do think these numbers are a little bit underestimating him. I think he's in line for more points, rebounds, and threes. However, I think I'm going to switch it up. I usually grab Keldon Johnson and Josh Giddey in a lot of drafts. I think I'm going to grab Paolo Banchero here. The rookie is going to be the #1 option in Orlando right off the gate. So he's going to be in line for a huge year. Great scorer, good rebounder, gets some good assists defensively. Projected a block and a steal a game, basically. Solid pick. I think he can even outdo these numbers, especially in the playmaking and scoring. I can see him almost getting up to 20. I don't know about higher than that. But let's grab Paolo Banchero. Let's switch things up a little bit. There goes Michael Porter, Jamal Murray, Wendell Carter, Draymond Green, PJ Washington, Jaren Jackson, Al Horford, Marvin Bagley, Zubac, Bobby Portis, Jalen Smith, Steven Adams, Pokusevski, and Rashawn Holmes, who should not be going this early, but The AI just loves their big men. Here's RJ Barrett, definitely great pick here. They actually project Jalen Brunson to do a little bit better than Barrett. I don't know about that. I guess because Brunson shoots a little bit better from the field and the line. Yeah, I guess I could see Jalen Brunson doing a little bit better in points leagues just because of the assist. I feel like they really need to let RJ also handle the ball a little bit more. He does so well with the ball in his hands. Desmond Bane's a great selection here. Again, Josh Giddey's still here, but we're going to pass on him. Keldon Johnson as well. I think I'm going to go ahead. I think I'm going to take... Do I take RJ Barrett or Jalen Brunson? Looking at our team, RJ Barrett would slot right into a position of need. So we're going to go RJ Barrett. I like him better than Brunson anyways. There goes Jalen Duren, Mitchell Robinson, Montrezl Harrell, Kelly Olynyk, Josh Giddey, Chris Boucher, Desmond Bane, and Walker Kessler. Looking at the suggestions, Keldon Johnson is still here. So is D'Lo and Jalen Brunson. Since we just grabbed RJ Barrett, I'm not going to grab Brunson. I think D'Lo's a pretty solid pick here. Projected 36 fantasy points a game. Good shooter. I think his assist numbers could go up. His efficiency numbers could go up playing next to Gobert, Cat, and Anthony Edwards. So let's go ahead and grab D'Lo. If Keldon Johnson is still there in the next round, I'm going to grab him just because it's too much value to pass up on. I'm like purposely passing up on him just to have a little bit variety on our teams. There goes Drummond, who should not be going that early. Isaiah Stewart, Keldon Johnson, Brandon Clark, Okongwu, Claxton, Wiseman, Clay, JaVale, Kuzma, Love, Sadiq Bey, Malcolm Brogdon, and Jeremy Grant. So Wiggins is here, Brunson is still here, Jalen Green, Harrell, Plumlee, Isaiah Jackson is who they're recommending. However, I see OG here. 17 points, 5 rebounds, 2.6 assists. Good in the steals department, gets a good amount of threes. I do like him over all the other options here. I guess Wiggins is a solid option too now. And he does play small forward, power forward, which is really nice. So maybe we do go Wiggins. Looking at our roster, we do have a good amount of guards in Harden, Cade, Ben Simmons, D'Lo. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to go Wiggins. Haven't drafted him yet either, so that's pretty cool. There goes Lonzo, Isaiah Jackson, Mo Bamba, Hartenstein, Tyler Herro, Thomas Bryant, Devin Vassell, Brook Lopez. And Jalen Brunson is still there. There's OG. There's Jalen Green. Two really solid pickups as well. I do think Jalen Green's going to take a big step offensively this year. Playing next to Jabari Smith and Kevin Porter. I think he takes... I can see him going up to 24 points a game. Not really contributing much elsewhere, but the scoring, the threes should always be there for him. So OG is probably the best player here. Well, I mean, I guess Jalen Brunson, but we have RJ Barrett. I don't want to stack up on too many Knicks players. I think OG you can't pass up on. Tyrese Maxey's hard to pass up on here. Jalen Green as well. KPJ as well. Poole as well. There's so many good guard options in the middle rounds. I'm going to go OG on Anunoby here. I think we could get someone like Franz Wagner, maybe Tyrese Maxey or Jalen Green, even Kevin Porter Jr. in the next round. There goes Karis LeVert, Jordan Poole, Plumlee, Daniel Gafford, Keegan Murray, Gordon Hayward, Simons. Finally, Brunson goes. Kevin Porter, Jalen Green go back-to-back. So does Tyrese Maxey, Jabari Smith, Marcus Smart, and Kyle Lowry. Off the bat, I see Franz Wagner. Really like him this year. I think next to Paolo Banchero, he's going to have a good season. However, we do have Paolo Banchero, so I do want to avoid that. Looking at the rest of our team, we do have Ayton, so Bridges I kind of don't want to grab. Buddy Hield, we could grab Buddy Hield, but I think he's going to get traded. I'm not as interested in Hield in points leagues. I think he's a little bit better in categories, being a huge three-point sniper. But we could grab Spencer Dinwiddie, who's likely going to take up that role of Jalen Brunson did last year. And Jalen Brunson did really good last year playing next to Luka. I think if the Dallas Mavericks really staggered Dinwiddie and Luka, Dinwiddie could really pop off just being a primary playmaker when Luka's not on the court, which won't be for that long, but for those minutes, Spencer Dinwiddie is going to be that guy on the team, and I think that's really beneficial for the Mavericks, and I think that will lead to great fantasy production from him. So we're going to grab Dinwiddie here. There goes Buddy Hield, Cole Anthony, Gary Trent, Dylan Brooks, Lauri Markkanen, John Wall, Mikal Bridges, and Kemba Walker, who is a free agent. I most likely can't pass up on Franz Wagner here, but Trey Jones is also here, and he's most likely going to be the starting point guard in San Antonio. I think the 6.5 assists is very underestimating him, especially if he gets a good amount of minutes playing next to Devin Vassell, McDermott, Keldon Johnson, Pottle, Joshua Primo. I'm not sure who else is there. Is really solid. I think he could get upwards of 7, maybe even 8 assists a game, depending on how much usage he gets. So I think Tre Jones is a really solid pick here. Projected 30 fantasy points, and I think he could do even better. So we'll go Tre Jones. There goes Derek White, Suggs, Franz Wagner, Mike Conley, Monte Morris, Kelly Oubre, Josh Hart, Jonathan Isaac, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Aaron Gordon, Jaden Ivey, Chris Duarte, Norman Powell, and Harrison Barnes. Couple of options here: Jordan Clarkson, Bogdanovic, Will Barton, Markelle Fultz, Jayshawn Tate. Not really too interested in them. Kevon Looney, Luguentz Dort, and Darius Bazley. Pretty interesting options here. Dort does get a lot of threes and steals, and Bazley should be getting a good amount of rebounds, especially with Chet Holmgren out. Cam Johnson is a sniper that could help out. Roroko, jack of all trades, could get a good amount of points. But I think Darius Bazley is probably the best pick here, just because should be starting. Going to be playing next to Shea, Giddey, Dort, and I'm assuming Pokusevski. Should be in line for a good bounce back, especially if the team is healthy. I know they dealt with a lot of injuries last year with Giddey, Dort, and Shea being out multiple games. Hopefully this year the whole team is playing and Bazley can really thrive playing next to the three of them. So we're going to go Bazley here. There goes Evan Fournier, Jared Vanderbilt, Devontae Green, and Markelle Fultz. Got a B on the draft: James Harden, Cade Cunningham, Ben Simmons, RJ Barrett, Sabonis, Paolo Banchero, DeAndre Ayton, D'Lo, Wiggins, OG, Dinwiddie, Tre Jones, and Darius Bazley make up our team. Not a bad team. I think we definitely had a couple of miscues during the draft, like missing out on De'Aaron Fox, who I always seem to miss out on. He goes so late in the draft as well. Players like Jamal Murray could have been big. Draymond Green in points league is solid. Walker Kessler, who I think is going to have a huge year in Utah being the rookie. I think he may even be in top 5 rookie of the year race just because he's going to get so much time right off the gate. Desmond Bane, Jeremy Grant is solid. Malcolm Brogdon, not really this year. I feel like being a 6th man, it really caps him. PJ Washington's a guy to look out for in Charlotte just because so much of the offense is going to play through LaMelo and Terry Rozier. PJ Washington has a lot of opportunity to kind of sneak in and get a lot of points and rebounds up there. Overall, not bad. I think we could have made a couple of different decisions throughout the draft, but I do think this team is kind of solid. Got our usual pickups like Ben Simmons. We did avoid Keldon Johnson and Josh Giddey just because we do target them so much that I do want to switch it up and see what the team would look like in case we did miss out on those guys. But if anything, let me know down below. Do you guys think I reached for anybody? Who would you guys have drafted differently? Let me know down below. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.